A half circle is joined to an equilateral triangle with side lengths of 12 units. What is the perimeter of the resulting shape? Use 3.14 for pi. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Do not include units in your answer. So let's start by thinking about perimeter. Perimeter means distance around the outside of a shape. So when I look at this new shape, sort of the ice cream cone shape, I'm going to walk this, I'm going to walk this, and I'm going to walk this. So be careful, we're not walking across the middle of this. It's really important that we're clear about what we are and are not including. I notice that the side lengths on the triangle are 12 units, so I can label this 12 units, and I can label this side length 12 units as well. So I've got part of the distance labeled, but I do need to find this other distance here. And as I look at the picture, I realized it's half of a circle. So if I start to look at it more as half of a circle, that allows me to use some formulas here. So I need half of the circumference formula. And the question is kind of which one? Well, it's half of the circle, but the distance apart across here, that's the diameter. If I had the whole circle, that would be the diameter. So the diameter is also 12 units because it's also one of the three sides of the equilateral triangle. That's 12 units on each side. So knowing that, I can start to fill in some numbers into a formula. It also lets me know that I want to use the formula for circumference that involves the diameter. So I do want only half of a circumference. I'll put the half there. And I want to use the one that is pi times radius. That'll be the most efficient. Now I can fill some things in. So 1/2 will still be 1/2. In the problem, I'm asked to use 3.14 for pi, so I'll substitute 3.14. And I do know now that the diameter, as we just said, is 12. So I can go ahead and multiply those all together, 1/2 times 3.14 times 12. And when I do that, I get 18.84. So 18.84, that's the distance around sort of the ice cream part of this ice cream cone, if you will. I'm not quite done though, because I need to make sure that I add those two lengths that I identified at the beginning, the ones that are 12 and 12. So my total is going to be 12 plus 12 plus 18.84. And when I add those all together, it gives me 42.84. My instructions say round to the nearest tenth. So I'll look at these numbers here and then use the next digit, which is 4. With a 4, we round down to where we were. And so we end up with 42.8 units as our estimated total distance around the shape, or our total perimeter. If you chose the wrong answer of 37.68, then what you did was you actually found the circumference of the entire circle, but there's a lot of pieces that went wrong. First of all, you didn't realize you only need half of the circle, right? You're only going around half the circle. And you also didn't include the two sides, or the ice cream cone part of this. So those were things that you needed to have added to make your perimeter, your total. And then, of course, in the case of the not using half of the circle, you needed to only have used the 18.84 to find half of the circumference. You don't need the whole circle because that's not part of the shape. We're only using half of the distance around the circle. So there's a couple of pieces in here. I really love to mark up my diagram, you can see I used a lot of different colors up here, and that helped me see that I needed one of the 12 sides, another of the 12 sides, and then only half of the circumference. So I definitely use images and pictures and labels to help me be accurate in my work.